Hiya, welcome to Yoga for Fibromyalgia. My name's Sarah and I'm a yoga teacher living with and healing fibromyalgia. This week's practice is a practice for pain in the ribs and the chest, heart space. We're going to do some nice relaxing poses to help ease that pain. And for this practice you may need a couple of blocks or cushions or possibly a strap as well if you have a strap. If you don't have any of these things, not at all problem, but just makes the practice a little extra yummy. Let's get started. Okay, so a couple of options to start today. We can sit with our legs over the edge of the bed. We could sit up with our back against the headboard. I'm going to go ahead and sit cross-legged because I like to sit this way, and I'm going to use a block and a blanket to lift myself up a bit. Because my hips tend to kind of sink down into the bed, and this creates some tension in my hips. So I'm just going to place my right foot in front with my left foot outside. Doesn't matter which one. So if I'm comfortable like this, I'll start my practice here cross-legged. So I'm just going to take a moment to lift my chest up nice and tall, maybe roll the shoulders back. Lick the lips and start to breathe in and out through my nose. I might like to place my palm of my hand on my heart space. And as I start to breathe in and out, feeling my chest and stomach rise and fall. Maybe I bring my left hand to somewhere in the chest where I'm experiencing pain. Maybe it's more on one side, maybe it's in the middle. Maybe it's a heartburn kind of pain or a back of the chest pain. And just taking this moment to say to my body, okay, I'm hearing you. I acknowledge you, I'm listening. You don't need to scream and shout anymore. See if we can slow the exhale way down. And every time we exhale, feeling a kind of sinking or relieving, calming down the nervous system. Sometimes I experience these tight, sudden pains in my chest, and sometimes that's made worse by breathing deeply. Then I start to fear breathing deeply in case I have that pain. And that's not a good cycle to be in. So I'm going to try and trust in my body here. Not be afraid of the pain. My warm hands as a nurturer, protector, I don't know, something that works for you here. Inner mother. Last few breaths here, just centering in, withdrawing the senses from outside, all the distractions and the things to do, just placing them over to one side to come into the practice. Excellent. We might give the wrists a bit of a rotate. Maybe shake them out. And roll the shoulders up and back a few times. Nice and loose in the neck. Any organic movements here that are calling to you. Excellent. Okay, let's start with some side bending, placing the right hand down on the bed or the mat Inhale, left arm up and over. Now we're going to be even more gentle than usual because we're experiencing this pain in the side body and the chest, so I'm not going to overdo it. Maybe I even barely feel a stretch, but that's fine. I'm focusing my energy here, feeling the skin of the side body stretch as I inhale. And exhale, coming all the way back. Next side, inhale, lift. You can choose if you like to look down here or up to the sky or straight in front. Reach with the hand, with the fingertips. Exhale, come back. Let's do a little cat and cow. So whichever position we're in here, when we inhale, let's open up through the belly, pull the shoulders back, maybe tilt the head slightly up. Exhale, rounding all the way, release the head down. One more inhale, open up, lift. Pull the shoulders back, let the heart radiate forwards and outwards. Exhale all the way down. Good, inhaling back to center. This time we're going to focus completely on the heart space. I call it dancing heart, and make little circles coming forward and back. A little bit like cat-cow, but this time in circular fashion instead of forwards and back. See if we can focus completely on this area, on the thoracic spine. Big inhale. And big exhale as you come back. Let's switch the direction. Inhale as you come forward. Exhale back. You can go a little faster if you prefer, if you like going nice and slow. See what works for you. Don't be shy. After you've worked out the kinks here, we'll meet together in center. Now, if we've got a strap, we can go ahead and grab that now. And if we don't have a strap, no problem. I'll show you what we'll do without the strap. We'll make a fist with our left hand, or shall we say a heart, and place the right hand over the top, like in martial arts. And we're making this shape, this triangular shape here. And then we'll just start to rotate the upper body left to right. Like so, not too strong if there's a lot of pain in the chest, in the rib muscles. But we want to try and make it loose. So it might start off kind of like one side, middle, other side. But in time it might start to be able to go left to right like this, nice and loose. And then we might be able to really go much more to one side, staying on one side, and then over to the other side. So that's without the strap. With the strap, it's pretty much the same thing, but we're gonna hold the strap nice and wide, about so, and then bring it up and then back like this. So my arms are kind of in this W shape. This helps to keep my heart nice and open. I'm really pulling on the strap, and then I do the same thing. So one side, maybe to the other. We're trying to breathe nice and deeply here, don't shorten or hold the breath. And then we might stay just on one side like this. 1, 2, pulling the strap, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and over to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, shoulders back, 8, nice and loose in the jaw, 10, and release. So whether you use the strap or not, just take a moment to relax. Maybe pat down the areas. Now we're going to come into a yoga pose. So you might want to just move over so your legs can come straight out in front. I'm still sitting up on my little block and blanket. Give the legs some movement, maybe through the ankles and the knees. Great. Now I'm going to bring my right sole of the foot to my left inner thigh. Now this is quite a deep hamstring stretch as well as a side body stretch, and I don't really need the hamstring stretch right now. I mean, my hamstrings are tight, but it's not the focus of this practice. So I'm going to place a cushion or rolled up blanket under my knee to take the strain off the hamstring stretch, so I can feel it more in my chest and side body. So you might bring a block or a cushion or something. I can use my cushion here, but I'll try the block as well. And if there's no pain in the elbow at all, we'll place the elbow down on the block. With our hand, we may be able to bring our side of the head into the hand, or perhaps the chin, or make a fist or a heart with the hand and wrist here. Now I'm feeling it in my leg, not really feeling it in my chest. So as I inhale, I'm going to open up, swim my right arm back to my lower back, starting to feel it a little bit now. Or I might be able to come lower down with my left elbow. Right hand to the lower back, starting to open up now, starting to stretch and breathe. Breathe big inhale. Big exhale. So I can keep my hand here on my lower back, and another option is to inhale and lift the arm up and over. And it's as if we want to grab the left toes, but we won't, because we'll save that for another day. And we're quite sore in the chest, so keep it nice and gentle. If this is too much in the hamstring, you want to bend the knee more, really roll up loads of blankets under there. You can keep the toes nice and bright, facing up to the sky. And you might be able to find a kind of a restorative pose here that you can hold, just breathing. Not too much strain, well, no strain I should say, no strain, no pain. And experiment with moving the props to one side, seeing if you can go lower, seeing what happens. Maybe you don't like this hand here on the face, you can bring the arm down to the floor, you can hold the toes. Lots of different options. Let's do one last inhale together. And exhale, slowly come back. Let's straighten out both legs and get back on the prop if we're falling off. Give the chest and ribs some love. We'll take it to the other side, so left sole of the foot to the inner right leg. Again, I don't really want to stretch my hamstring too much, so I'm going to pad under the knee. And then I'm going to come down. So first, turning slightly to the side, bringing my right elbow down and finding my pose here. Maybe the left hand to the lower back, to the hip. Maybe stretching the arm up and over and pulling the elbow back. Experimenting with different props. Experimenting with the arm. One more big inhale, breathe and reach. And exhale, slowly coming back. Oh yeah, really nice. Okay, so we're gonna come on over onto our hands and knees for a moment. Just pop that over to one side. So I'm gonna come into a variation of child's pose, but first I'll just stretch out either leg, any organic movements that I need for my knees. Okay, so knees nice and wide here. And we're going to creep forward with our hands. So quite a deep hip stretch as well. Again, if we don't want to target the hip, we'll prop ourselves with cushions or blankets under the sitting bones, so we don't have to sit all the way down to the heels. In fact, I think I will do that. Okay, so we're coming forward. We'll stay in center here for a breath or two, and then we'll work our hands over to the right side. So breath or two here, relax the back. Maybe the head comes all the way down to the floor. Maybe save that for another day. So beginning now to walk with the hands over to the right side, not too far so there's no pain or pinching. I'm aiming to come towards my right knee, and I might rest my head down. Now let's inhale, lift the head and creep all the way back into center. A breath here in the middle. And then let's rise up and walk all the way to the left side. The hips might be firing up here, but that might be a nice distraction from the chest pain. And now breathing and feeling the right side body skin stretch. It's okay if we're up here, no need to come all the way down. All our bodies are different. And we'll walk back to center. A breath here. And then walking all the way back up. Whew. Just take a moment here, or you might change the position of your legs. Great. And move the props out of the way and swivel my legs over and give my legs a bit of a pat. Oh, nice massage. Okay, so we're almost at the end here. Let's do a nice chest opener. So if you have a bolster cushion, that's one of the more thicker, rounder cushions, that's perfect. Or you can use bed pillow. I'm gonna use my block and my blanket. If you've got a nice thick blanket, that'll be fine without the block. So I've got my block here and my blanket. This is going to be for my upper back, or my chest. And my cushion's going to be for my head. So get yourself set up, or maybe watch me first and then set up. But you'll know if it feels right or wrong. Coming on back. Now I want kind of my rib cage, my where the bra would be, lying back down, and the head, oh yeah. So obviously because we're not on the mat, we're on the bed, there's a little bit less of a stretch, but still it's quite nice. So spend a couple of moments getting comfortable and feeling everything is good and right, or maybe you need more, or maybe you need less. And I just naturally put my feet here in butterfly, but you could have your legs out long, or maybe knees together, feet wide, or maybe crossing the legs. It doesn't matter, whatever you want to do there. Arms could come, again, hands touching the ribs, touching the heart. Don't be afraid, sometimes we don't touch ourselves enough. Or maybe we want to come with big open arms, embracing each other, ourselves, the future. Or maybe arms up ahead. If you're like me with the arms flopping on the side of the bed, that's quite nice. Using gravity to our advantage. Or holding the elbows is also nice. And if you're not feeling what doesn't seem quite right, it might just mean that the prop that you've got under your back is slightly too low or too high. So you can go ahead and modify that. Now when you feel comfy, let's pause for a couple of nice full breaths. Feeling the chest rise, the lower ribs rise, all the way down to the stomach. The full breath. Nice slow exhales. Big open heart. Spend another couple of breaths here. Maybe welcoming a feeling of spaciousness in between the ribs and in the heart space. Spaciousness in the shoulders, in the neck, and in the jaw. These areas that often link together. Whenever we're ready, we'll roll over to one side so we can remove the prop from under the back and roll gently back. Maybe we keep the head warm because it's nice. I'm going to grab a cushion here for under my knees. Just put that over there. Maybe that. Yeah, that works. Keep my lower back nice and flush. Maybe a bit less there. Oh yeah. Savasana. And as we rest here, you might consider the chest area, the heart space area. In yoga, there's said to be an energy channel here called the heart chakra. Our center of love, our capacity to be loved and love others unconditionally. And the color for this heart space is a green color, like the green we find in nature, in Mother Nature. So that's why I went for this kind of earth map t-shirt to kind of hone in on that green love theme. It might be kind of hippy dippy, but I just might consider here while I'm lying in Savasana my thoughts on love and my capacity to be loved and love others. And how is my heart? Is there joy in my heart? Is it an open heart, a cold heart, a hurt heart? And the next time I inhale, I might softly whisper or say to myself, I am love. And as I exhale, I might softly say to myself, love, I am. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Feel free to stay here in Savasana with your love meditation as long as you like. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Let's bring our hands to the heart space this time. And namaste.